Welcome to Stories That Matter. Thank you for coming out on July 27th. Okay, the first wild card, Paul Abbott.
So 5 minutes might be a little quick to tell this story. Someone's already telling a story by the sound of it. So this is about brotherhood. And it's about three brothers, me being the middle one. And I start the story by a little fill, which is when I was 3 years old, my mum decided it was time to go to work. And as a 3-year-old, I had no idea what that meant. So she dropped me off at a total stranger's house. And as she walked away towards the car, I felt my belly follow her, snaking around the cars, snaking past the person who was looking after me. And as she got in the car, it snapped back. So that's the fill. So I then had this experience. I knew what it felt like to be separated. So during the summer holidays in London, parents would send their kids off to camps or to summer schools or whatever. But my parents decided that they would put us in these summer schools, okay? But my little brother, who was probably about 3 years old, was too young to go. So same age as me, at the time of my first experience of separation. He was sent off to this person who, he didn't know who it was. My mum didn't know who this person was, but that was her job. So he would come home at night and tell his two brothers his experience, which was that she would lock him in a room and leave him there all day. She'd give him food, put him back in, lock the door. So he would tell his brothers, but he didn't tell his mum and dad. Not quite sure why, but we decided we were going to rescue him. So, and God knows how we knew where this house was. All right, we're 5 years old and 9 years old, right? I was 5, brother's 9. So we decide we're going to leave the school that we're in and find him. So we walk for miles and miles, and we find this house. And back in those days, the keys were on a little piece of string, right? We're talking 1965, right? So we know where the house is. We go to the front door. We lift up the little, letterbox. We're looking through. Keys on the string. She's in the kitchen, way back in the kitchen. We can see her, right? So pull the string, put it in the lock, undo the door. She's still in the kitchen. We know he's upstairs because he's already told us, little 3-year-old Alan, right? So we run up the stairs, unlock the door. So we get him out, go back down the stairs, look round. She's still in the kitchen. Close the door really quietly. And we run, right? So 3 little boys running through the streets of London, feeling freedom, and so we spend the day on the train lines, laying there watching the trains roll past, right, all day. So we get home. We can't understand why my mum and dad are freaking the fuck out, right? Where's their kid, this 3-year-old kid? Where is he? Oh, here he is. And little Alan's looking up, having the time of his life, right? And so there's a knock on the door. The woman, frantic, comes to the door. And my parents look at her, look at little Alan, right? And they tell her, just leave, go. And when we told them the story, we expected them to be really angry with us, like, you just kidnapped a kid. This woman was frantic, but they didn't. They bundled us all up and said, well done. Well done. Thank you.
was fun.